Hello guys, how are you doing? Today we are on Lee Shogi, and this will be a continuation video about the last one. Last video we did 9 puzzles on Mate Challenge, that is a feature on Shogi Quest to train Tsumi Shogi. So the idea here is to go on each of the 9 puzzles and try to explain what is my thought process behind it, what is the approach of why we get the ideas, what patterns we are trying to see, and things like that, and hope that this can be helpful for the viewers to improve something about their approach on Tsume and can be helpful on your games. So I will talk about the puzzles. We are going to see how I solved the Tsumes, or in case I missed, what I thought about and what was missed that I saw later that would lead to the correct line or one of the correct lines. In Mate Challenge sometimes we have multiple solutions. So this is the first one. If you want to give it a try, I'll give you some seconds to try to solve it, and then we're going to talk about what was the line of thinking that I took to solve it. So for this one, the main thing that we see here is the rook and the bishop aligning on the silver. And what will be our main guide? What will be the main idea here for the first move is the king movement of where he can go after the first move, because if you take with the rook, this escape here is really hard to deal with because the bishop and the gold protects this here really nicely. Also, we can have the rook defending later, so if we try to force here, for example, we are not going to get much far. So the idea is that we take with the bishop, promoting, and we have this very nice influence here, blocking a lot of the possible escapes from the king. If the king escapes here or here, it's the same mate. We have the silver, because the bishop is closing the escape route here. So the king will escape to this side. And what are we going to do here? And this will result in another cool pattern. We are going to start with this silver. The king is going to run here, and we might think that this bishop can be nice cutting this cape, but in this case we don't get much further. Maybe we can try to go here, but it's not that simple. Maybe it's not a mate here. So the idea is that we take with the silver, and now similar to a very known pattern of the middle mate, we take here with the horse. And this avoids the escape from the king here. If the king takes, obviously gold on the head. If the king runs, we have a lot of ways to finish. We can have gold here, silver here, rook promotion, or what happened, this very nice silver drop. So a lot of interesting ideas in one puzzle, mainly first this bishop trying to cut the escape. As I said, the escape route can be a very nice guide to what you want to do in the puzzle, and also this idea of the bishop sacrifice not allowing the king to escape here. Again, the escape route being a very nice guide. So this is it for the first one. Now we are going to the second puzzle. That was this one, and I will give you some seconds to think about it. So for this, we always think about the escape route that the king have, and in this case we have a very nice pawn wall here that will help us in the rest of the puzzle. So first thing, this rook is hanging and we'll come with check, and when we capture here they have some options. First is to block, but block here is not good because go to the head is already made. So the best move is either this or this. So the puzzle they take here, and I was really thinking about doing this rook, but I didn't do it on the puzzle because I was thinking mainly on this go drop. That wouldn't work because the horse will defend, but it can work if we sack the gold here, and when king takes, rook drop, and they defend each other, so this would be a mate. But on the puzzle I did this capture, trying to cut the king escape, king run here, and this is defended. The king can take this pawn, so what we do, we have this go drop, attacking the king, the pawn defends the gold defends the pawn, and we have a nice mate here. One line that I didn't think much about it is this, and I didn't see the escape while preparing the video, but now I think it's not that complicated. We have this very nice sack maybe. No, the king can run here. No, it's easier than I thought. We just drop the rook, and when the king runs or takes here, we have the go drop. I was thinking about this, but the king would run this side, so if the king runs here, just rook drop and go drop. So another nice one. Next, let's go to the next. This one is quite interesting. I'll give you some seconds to think about it. I have to close this. But so this, we have a nice influence, but it's not that easy to reach the king. If we go here, for example, I think this can save it. Yeah, because if we sack, even if we try this, they can probably escape. No, this works as well. So this might be an alternative approach because of a very interesting theme on this case. But the problem is this, and now it's not that easy, I think. Because if we sack, we don't have enough pieces to finish the mate. So this is really close to work, but doesn't work. So the idea here will be to sack this guy. And the follow is this diagonal right here. We are going to bring the horse and attack the king. It's very important that the gold is defending here so they cannot block. If the king runs here or here, the idea is similar. We drop the rook, the king runs here, and the discover check. They block here, we take with the dragon and its mate. Here we can also drop the rook it will work similarly. And then now we bring the bishop. So another very nice puzzle here. Let's go to the next. Number 4, we have this one. I'll give you some seconds to think about it. So here we have the rook influence, the knight is also helping here a bit, we have the horse. And what was the first move here? It's an idea that can happen a lot, is this bishop drop. So if they run to this side, we can sack here, the king takes, go drop his mate, or even something like this. If they go to the other side, we go here and it transposes to the other line with an extra gold. They go here, we have this. If they block here, obviously we can just take with the rook. If they block here, we have to be a little bit more creative. And I think a nice way to do it is the sack. If go takes, I think it's one of the only moves. You take here, they block. You just do this. If the gold blocks here, you just take it, and it's made because they don't have pieces to block, and the rook and the gold is pinned. So this is the line if they try to block here. If they run here, a pattern that is very common, it's this attraction idea to bring the king, and we have the one square gap dragon here. So they block the bishop. Now we go silver drop. They go here. We can just drop this gold. If they go here, there is a very cool idea on this case, that is this gold drop. And yes, the bishop will take, but this frees the dragon to walk. And after this horse sack attracts the king. If the king runs, we can meet this way. King takes, dragon comes here, and now we use the bishop to bring the king down, and there is this very nice mate. I think pawn drop also works. And yes, checkmate here. So let's go to the next one. I will give you some seconds to think about it. This one I didn't get right. I tried some ideas, but after I saw that it's a very nice one. So this we have the knight surrounding the bishop and the lance and the bishop pointing to the king. And what I tried to do was to explore this discovery check, but the problem is that with king running here, we cannot really chase him until the end, so it's not a mate. I kinda saw it, but I didn't have any other ideas. And just later I figured out that the first move actually is this really nice go drop. Only move is go take back, knight takes, king takes, and now that justifies all this trade is this very nice bishop cutting the escape here. If king goes up, king goes down here, go drop his mate. If the king goes here, the gold here does not allow the escape of the king, and is also a checkmate. So a very nice idea of, in this case, the idea is to, one, clean the path for the bishop, and two, remove one of the defenders here. We do all this with this gold drop, and then bishop cutting the diagonal here. So we see that all the puzzles have a lot of ideas combined together. That is why it's important to train the more basic puzzles, because uh, the most complicated ones will be basically a combination of the other ones that you already trained in. Like a mating 5 will be a combination of ideas of mating 1, mating 3, so it's very important to start training with the most basics and then start advancing to the most complicated ones. Let's go for number 6. And this one is also another one that I didn't get correctly. This was, I think, a difficult one, so I'll give you some seconds to think about it as well. So during the video I did this line where I set the lance, trying to attract the king. So the main things here that we are looking for is this cape and this pawn that is unprotected. So we are going to see how we can deal with these two weaknesses, as if we can say like that. So here, and then I tried this pawn drop, but uh, during the line I could not solve the king running up. I tried to use this bishop to try to close the escape route somehow, but we went out of pieces here and was not possible to do the mate. So the line that I found later also starts with this lance sack, but now we bring the dragon here. And the idea is that if they block with something, we take with the dragon. If they take with the king, lance drop is made actually. So they cannot take, they run here, and now knight drop. They go up, lance is also made. They take the pawn, we do this very nice silver drop, it's protecting the head. It's protecting this square, so when the king goes up, we can mate with the lance, and the king cannot go here because it's defended by the gold. So I think it was kind of complicated, mainly because it's a very short time that we have to think about it, and this might not come to mind so easily, but it's a very cool one, definitely, with all the ideas of you have to watch out for this cape and also what can be done after the king takes the pawn. So very cool one to train a bit our calculation and the ideas that we have for the puzzles. So let's go for number 7. This was a very nice one, and I will give you some seconds to think about it. So this one is very interesting because we have 2 dragons and this very powerful lance here doing a very nice job for us, but it's not so easy to finish it because this gold is doing a very nice defensive job here. And we would really like to do something like this, but king's cape jumping is not that easy. We cannot go here, so can be complicated. And here there is a very nice move that is this dragon sack, and this will eliminate the main defender of the king. When pawn takes, it's the only move. We come with the one square here, one square gap dragon. That is a very powerful strategy. On the puzzle there was this, and I don't think there are many differences. Like if you drop here, you can do this silver drop, go drop here, go here. They drop the gold, you can do a similar idea, even this. And on the video it was this silver drop attacking the king, and the gold drop up here. Here also works. So basically the main idea was this very nice sack here, removing the defender, so we can approach with the one gap. Again, combining some ideas to reach the patterns that we know. So it's very important to train the basic puzzles to be able to solve the complicated ones. Let's go to number 8. I think this I also got wrong. I'll give you some seconds to think about it. You can always pause to think about some really complicated ones. This was really interesting to find, so try to do it. So for this one, the main complication will be the escape, and we also have to deal with this defender here. And I tried this way, bringing the bishop to attack the king, but after the drop I tried to follow the king, but it was not enough pieces. So later I found out that probably the better way to do it is this very nice silver drop. And what happens if you take, knight takes? If the king runs here, we know this one, bishop cuts the escape, obviously take its gold on the head. If the king goes here, silver and gold. Yep. If the king takes, we have this very nice bishop. The idea is basically when king goes here, go drop, and when it goes back, we can do like this, sack the silver, bring here, or like this, for example. And it is checkmate. And on the other side, very cool idea. If they run, the idea is to sack the knight. We would really like to do this, but the silver will take. This gold drop doesn't work, so knight sack, and after the king takes, bishop drop. It doesn't matter if they escape here or here, go drop, the king has to run here, and this cover check, they cannot block, we just take, and if they run, say mate, promoting the bishop. So a very interesting one with a lot of nice ideas, and not that easy to find on 30 seconds. I was not able to find it, so a very nice puzzle here. And let's go to the next and the last one. I'll give you some seconds to think about it. I think I didn't got this correct also, and it's a very nice one to train as well. So try to do the last one here. So the first move here that I tried was the correct one. That was this. If the king escape here, can do this. If king takes, obviously go drop. King goes here, go drop here. Cannot allow this escape. And the silver is doing a very nice job here. But the problem is this escape. And I tried the same idea, but here the mate would be like this. It's a very well-known pattern. The problem is when we drop the gold, there is this bishop takes and it's not mate, so that's why it didn't work. And here the correct idea is rook 2-2 promotes. And the idea is simply to block the escape from the king to this side. If the king runs, you can do the mate like this or bring the dragon or the gold. They cannot escape here because of the silver. And if they block with the silver or dropping the knight, this gold drop is made. The king cannot escape here because of the dragon. And the gold cuts the rest. So another very nice one. And is this for this video. So leave it on the comments what you think about the video. If you want more videos like this, if you have some other ideas that were missed on the video that you found on a puzzle that you want to comment, you can leave on the comments here. Any question about it, feel free to comment and give some suggestions or question. And see you on next time. Bye bye.